This week, we've saved the best tracks till last. With wet and cold conditions, we tackle one of the most famous sections of track in Tassie, Climies Track. We then head straight into Lake Cumberland track, which is arguably one of Tasmania's toughest tracks. I do something at the switchback which only few drivers have managed to do. And we have a few close calls on the way down. So stick around and see what happens. If you haven't seen the previous 3 parts of this Tassie series, make sure you go check them out. We tackle some sand dunes on the north coast. One of the cars manages to fall over. We head over to the east coast for some of the state's funnest tracks. We then head over west, took on Ring River track into Montezuma Falls, which leaves the wagon a bit broken. We finished up at Lakeside Lodge in Tulla, where we had the wagon's whole front end apart, ready to fix. Alright, so we got the car back together last night. I think it took us about 3 hours to pull it all apart and put it back together. So massive thanks to Jake and Adrian. Like, with the 3 of us going, it made life as easy as it could be pulling the front centre out on the side of a road. But we did end up staying at a nice lakeside lodge in Tulla, which was actually pretty awesome. They got a nice area for restaurant and bar and whatever, so yeah, it was an awesome place to stay. We've had a little bit of rain overnight, and seeing as this is our last full day, we're going to go do Climies and Lake Cumberland, so the little bit of rain should make it pretty interesting. So we've got about an hour drive there, hour and 10, and then we'll be straight into it. Alright, well, we've aired down and we are keen to get into it, so let's hit it. This is Climies Track. This track is what a lot of people come to Tasmania for with the 4-wheel drive. It's on the west coast between Trial Harbour and Grantville Harbour. It's about 19 kilometres long and it's full of a fair few challenges. Compared to when I was here in 2019, this track has got a lot more fun. With lots of deep rutted out sections, multiple line selections, some big rock steps to navigate through, this track will keep anyone happy. If you come to Tasmania, this track is a must do.
I struggle with these ones.
All right, we made it. We're at the big off-camber waterfall bit. So we'll go and check her out and send the cars up it. There she is. Last time we were here, it was flowing a little bit harder, but it's actually flowing pretty hard at the moment, so it is going to be good.
Thoughts?
Good. 2006. Well, that was good fun. I've driven Climies before, so I decided to go up the left-hand line, and the other two haven't driven it before. So yeah, they did the right-hand line, smooth as butter. I was a little bit rough, my tow bar smashed into the ground, but we got it done anyway. So keep cruising to the end and then have a bit of lunch. Well, that's it. Climies track done. So that was actually good fun. Took us about 3 hours. We stuffed around, had some lunch, and then the videoing. But yeah, no dramas otherwise. It was good fun. Well, it's time to just cruise up the road. It's only like 200 meters and then you're into Lake Cumberland. So we're going to go up and check it out. I haven't been up there yet for 4 years. So by the looks of some of the recent videos, it looks like the switchback's getting pretty good. So we'll see what we can find up there. Just a few hundred meters from the south end of Climies track is the start of Lake Cumberland. This is probably one of the toughest tracks in Tasmania, and it's definitely not for the faint-hearted. If you want to tackle this track, make sure your car is well equipped, even multiple cars, and plenty of experience. It's going like it's going. But if you steer it that way, that front right should pull up.
Bit of a pickle. It's on.
Yeah. Done myself a mischief. Hit a big hole. Bargain. What a fucking idiot.
What a fucking idiot.
100 meters in and I already got stuck. So I just wasn't watching where I was going really and made a bad line choice. But now we're into the good stuff. We're up in the trees and switchback is not too far away. Wedged up. Tiniest winch ever.
of the Tack?
Don't know. Last time we turned around up there, but I think this time I want to try do it in one go. Wide. And then as it squared up, I just fucking bang on the rock. I don't know. Let me try. I'll take my strap out so I don't fucking find it. Maybe a little bit of an angle. The iconic part of this track is the switchback. It looks nothing on camera, but trust me, this is actually pretty gnarly. A lot of people just get to the switchback and then they turn around and go back down. But this is what we enjoy doing with our cars, so up we go. Must be dipped out, Matt.
It's getting stuck on a rock just here.
Watch that water. If you've seen anyone do this in the last couple years, send me the video, I'd like to see it. Especially in a wagon. I did not think that would have driven up that. It is wet and slippery, so it was just like the perfect line and it just climbed up it, so we'll see how Jake goes. Hopefully we can get the same one. Can't go backwards. Nah, it's not. Your spare wheel like grazed past that rock. Yeah. Your front left's like gone too far. Yeah, I know, I'll nearly, like your wheel was in the line. Yeah. If that LSD was driving, it would have driven up to there. A bit unfortunate that the fog rolled in. We didn't get a mint view, but we still seen enough. Last time I was here, I couldn't even see past my bonnet, so at least I've seen it from the top. We walked up to the lookout and we've seen enough. So now we're just gonna cruise back down, see what the go is with that switchback, and then we're gonna work out what we're doing for camping tonight. Seeing as it's our last night, we might try and get to a pub or something like that, have a pub feed and a couple beers. But yeah, we'll get down this track first and then go from there. Front wheel in here, you know, and then try and run the right-hand wheel down here. I know I'm going to nose into that rock, but hopefully, you know, by the time the front's in that rock, I can sort of, you know, I might have to do a bloody 3 or 4 point turn, shuffle, you know, and then wheel it over that rock, or down there.
Looks possible, but, you know, it could not be possible. Way shot.
The car slipped down further than I wanted it to, which was then driving the front right into the big rock. And with the angle the car was on, the front right hitting this rock was loading the suspension up and the front left wheel was hovering. If I had gone further forward, it would have loaded the suspension up and flipped the car over.
Back up.
Oh.
A little bit of a hole there. Yeah, you know, that front wheel's trying to go up.
Yeah, it's going to flip it over that way.
Yeah.
Feel it in the car.
Yeah. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I just like, yeah, just hold it. So then I can, you know, then I can sort of skid the, because once the back's down here, you're right. I think it'd probably be close to going over if it slipped off that at a rate of knots. Feels better, but I don't know what this back right's doing.
Yeah.
What do you think? So with Jake behind me, we just opted to winch the car back and spin the front around and try and head down that way. With Jake's car, we just decided to hook the winch up first to try and keep the car high and into the bank, as it was quite slippery.
We're about to drop off.
Don't just hold more tension on the wind. More wind. More wind. More wind. Righto. Righto, here we go. Oh. Righto, just wait. When the rear end slipped off, it was actually super sketchy. Both inside wheels were off the ground, and if it had fallen off any faster, chances are it would have fallen onto its side. But in the end, he got down. I was actually concerned about that. It come down at a rate of knots.
It did, didn't it? Did it push through that rock?
No, it landed before and like the back started going and then it missed it.
Swung around it.
Could be, I'll just back out, you reckon? Hey, I'm just going to back out. You're going to back down? Yeah. Oh. That was sketchy. There's the gunner. Righto, full straight him up now. Well, that's Lake Cumberland done and dusted. As you see, we had a couple little problems on the way back down. Nothing we couldn't really handle, but yeah, there's been a fair bit of rain overnight and today, so that switchback section was actually quite slippery, and yeah, it was sort of hard to keep the cars on a good line up high. But nothing wrong with a bit of challenge. So yeah, we've just made it out the bottom now. We probably took a bit longer than we thought in there because of the stuff around coming down. So we're running a little bit behind, but we're heading back to Tulla, which is where we stayed last night. And yeah, we'll stay there again tonight and then get ready to head back to the boat tomorrow. We sail out tomorrow night. All in all, it was a good day. I would say Climies and Lake Cumberland are the most iconic tracks in Tasmania. So it was good to come and do them. I've done them once before, like I said, but some of the others hadn't seen them before. So yeah, it was awesome to come in and check them out. They've certainly got a bit more challenging over the years with more use, especially that switchback on Cumberland. I know it will look nothing on video, and I've watched a few recent videos from Tyler and Timmy and that, and yeah, it really does look like nothing, but until you go there, you'd be very surprised at how gnarly that little switchback is. So back to the lodge tonight for us. They've got a bar there, so we're gonna get a meal and a sit at the bar, I think, and yeah, enjoy our last night in Tassie. So hope you enjoyed. Well, that's 2023 Easter trip in Tasmania done and dusted. I've just made it back home. I've got the unfortunate job of unpacking the car and cleaning everything and getting everything back in order because there is just absolute chaos in here. The trip was absolutely unreal. I think everyone had an absolute ball. We lucked out with the weather and also, you know, pretty minimal car problems. We had the rollover and then the broken axle in this, and that's pretty much it. So nothing too major. The tracks are awesome. The scenery is awesome. Like, yeah, I just can't get enough over there. Hopefully we get back there pretty soon. But for now, I've got a few other shorter trips in the pipeline coming up. I've got a list of jobs already built up, maintenance-wise, checks and whatever to do to this thing after the trip. And yeah, like I said, I've got to pack up all my camping stuff and clean everything. So, you know, it's a pretty big job once you get home. I hope you enjoyed all the Tassie videos. It takes a lot of effort to film and edit and, you know, get everything in order, and like it's a massive project. So I hope you all enjoyed it. I know we enjoyed the trip. I enjoyed filming it, and it's going to be a trip that I'll look back on many times in the future. I've been thinking about what would be my favorite part of the whole trip, and I sort of can't even give one answer. If I sort of had to put it in days, I would say the day that we went to Climies and Lake Cumberland, that was really fun. But yeah, that, like the beach driving and then the tracks over east that we hadn't done before, like that was all awesome fun. So yeah, I can't really pinpoint my favorite moment. Like the whole trip was just absolutely awesome. So massive thanks to the crew that come along on the trip. They help film and take photos and whatever, so that's very appreciated. Thanks to all you guys at home that watch all these videos and share them around and do whatever else, like that's also very appreciated. And that's it, trip is done and dusted. So until then, we'll see you on the next one.